country today, because of Mr. Adani and Ambani, because of the RSS complete takeover of the education system, because of the pracharaks becoming vice chancellors of universities, we have no future. That's what they're saying. They watch, they look at Mr. Ambani's wedding and they watch 1,000 crores being spent over there. They watch, they look at Mr. Ambani's wedding and they watch 1,000 crores being spent over there, and they have no money to open a business if they want.
That was the leader of opposition, Rahul Gandhi, but the question is very simply is this: where was the opposition when the students of this country needed them the most? Viewers, the Jantar Mantar protest did not start yesterday or today. Students have been sitting on the streets for weeks. Where was Rahul Gandhi? The LOP, leader of opposition, was outside the country. He came back 14 days after the protest began. Mark the numbers. 14 days after the protest began, Rahul Gandhi came back. And even then, he did not rush to the streets. It took him 8 more days, viewers, to finally sit down outside the Prime Minister's residence. That happened today, this afternoon. 22 days, viewers, that is how long it took the leader of the opposition to realize that the students were angry. And when he finally spoke, you heard what he said. He linked the students' anger to the Ambani wedding, so on and so forth. Let that sink in. Think about it. Students are fighting for fair exams for their future, and the man who claims to speak for them ties their struggle to a private wedding. Would it be wrong, viewers, to say that this is proof enough of a leader so out of touch that he cannot even frame the issue correctly? What has the wedding got to do with this? But viewers, the story has an even bigger twist, and that is the moment Rahul Gandhi sat down in protest, the Aam Aadmi Party came out accusing him of hijacking the movement, of weakening the protest, of turning a student's issue into a Congress photo opportunity. Sanjay Singh of the Aam Aadmi Party fired the first shot. The Congress obviously did not stay quiet. Within seconds, they hit back, calling Aam Aadmi Party the B team of the BJP. We have those tweets so that you get a sense of what I am talking about. Sanjay Singh posted a tweet where he said that Rahul Gandhi is trying to weaken the students' protest. That is Sanjay Singh of the Aam Aadmi Party. And then within minutes, the Congress, I think B.V. Srinivas, if I am not wrong, gave a response. So this is no longer a story about students. This has become a story about opposition parties fighting each other for credit. You know, what do I say? For cameras, for their political survival, viewers. S for survival, not students. The students who started the movement are watching from the sidelines, while netas argue over who gets to stand in the front. Now, this raises several questions for the opposition as a whole, as one unit that wants to take on the mighty BJP. If you cannot show up on time, if you cannot get your message right, and if you cannot even stand together for a few days without turning on each other, without blaming each other, how do you expect the public to trust you with anything bigger? I have just this limited point to make. And without any delay, let's open this up. Sanju Verma, the national spokesperson of the Bharatiya Janata Party. Ghanshyam Tiwari, national spokesperson of the Samajwadi Party. Abhinandita Mathur, national spokesperson of the Aam Aadmi Party. Professor Naval Kishore Yadav ji, national spokesperson of the Rashtriya Janata Dal. Tehseen Poonawala. And Karan Verma completes this panel. Abhinandita, why is the Aam Aadmi going after the leader of opposition? You should be happy that here is one man who's taking on the Prime Minister directly, so to say, who's turning the heat on the BJP. Abhinandita, if you can hear me, that is for you. Okay. Mr. Ghanshyam Tiwari, what do you make of this, war of words between the Aam Aadmi Party and the Congress Party?
Good evening, Pranesh, to you, the viewers, and the fellow co-panelists. I am actually shocked at your description. I feel that I am sitting on a BJP channel where questions will not be asked whether Dharmendra Pradhan has resigned or not. Where is the Prime Minister? It is shameful that a narrative will be built in this manner, and the most important questions that the students are asking when 22 students have committed suicide. The BJP authoritarian empire of multi-lakh crore, a party that earned 25,000 crore in Chanda in last 12 years, is missing in action. They claim 2/3 majority in parliament, do not have the capacity to face the students. I think every one of your viewers should stand, act in protest against this government, which is frauding people of India. It is frauding the constitution, and a prime minister who spends more time abroad than in parliament. If you look at the statistics, in the last 12 years, on an average, Parliament has sat 50 days in a year, less than the number of Sundays in a year. And the Prime Minister has been there in Parliament 10 to 15 days in a year. He spends 30 days in a year in outside India. So this is a shameful state that BJP has reduced India
Mr.
to.
Tiwari, is the Aam Aadmi Party, now that you're done with your speech, you should have gone to Jantar Mantar to say this, sir. You've missed the bus by 22 days. Now answer my question. Is the Aam Aadmi Party part of the BJP? Why is the Aam Aadmi Party going after the leader of opposition?
Do you have any question for the government?
Mr. Tiwari, why is the Aam Aadmi Party attacking Rahul Gandhi?
Any question to the government?
I will ask the questions I have to. You answer what I'm asking you.
Question. What is your question to the government? Because in the last 5 minutes, you have not asked a single question.
Mr. Tiwari, you should look at your politics. Leave the questioning to me. Now answer what I'm asking you. Why is the Aam Aadmi Party attacking another opposition party, and in this case, the leader of opposition?
5 minutes in
is
the
this
debate,
the opposition unity? Now, you can accuse the media of, things, Godi media, BJP channel, etc., etc. The opposition needs to get its act together. All parties are pulling in all directions. That is what is happening. Stop blaming the media.
Debate, Pranesh, do you have any question to the government?
Mr.
Just
Tiwari,
one question.
I will ask the question that I have to ask. Do you have an answer to my question, or you can just, sit quietly and watch the show? Okay, I don't think you're prepared enough. Abhinandita, if you can hear me, can you hear me now? Why is the Aam Aadmi Party attacking Rahul Gandhi?
Look, Pranesh, it is very simple for us. From day one, we have stood by the students and their demands. And we will continue to do so, and we will be in solidarity with anybody who raises their voice for the students. That said, the whole tamasha that has been going on in the last 30 days, by the Congress, by the BJP, keeping silent, BJP obviously not,
No,
I don't think there can be a worse party than BJP, period. That is the first point. Second is that the fact that after the lathi charge yesterday, despite that, there was a very awkward kind of bite that, Mr. Rahul Gandhi and Mrs. Priyanka Gandhi gave to the media. What is holding them from coming all out in support of the students? And now when ati par ho gayi hai, now when the sentiment is so strong, look, I really truly think that the Congress should not have raised questions on the Cockroach Janata Party, and this is the time for solidarity. It is shocking that the Congress somehow...
Miss Mathur, if you think this is the time for solidarity, what is the Aam Aadmi Party doing by attacking the Congress Party? How is that solidarity? You are giving ammunition to the BJP instead of speaking in one voice. Look, the Samajwadi Party keeps taking pot shots at Rahul Gandhi on every other issue. Now, on this issue of students' protest and reform and NEET and NTA, and of resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan, all of you should have at least held one meeting. It did not even need a meeting. This is common sense that if you have to corner the government, you speak in one voice. You bury your differences for a day or two and then attack collectively.
Very rich of you to give any advice to anyone. What you should be asking as a journalist is, why has
I am asking this because what you're doing is that you've taken the focus away from what the issue was when the protest began at Jantar Mantar. They had a clear demand. Dharmendra Pradhan must resign. All political parties took their own sweet time to first reach there. Now you have Mr. Kejriwal, Sharad Pawar at Jantar Mantar. You have Akhilesh Yadav, Rahul Gandhi at Prime Minister's residence. Even that is okay. But why are you going after each other?
Congress unfortunately repeatedly makes the same mistake, which is that whenever there is a momentum against the BJP, Congress will somehow do something that will just try to ruin it. Now that brings me to the question, why is the Congress doing that?
Okay,
If there were
Tehseen,
lathi charge
answer
on-
that question. Why is the Congress party doing this? Why did it take 22 days for the leader of opposition to, rise to the occasion, to understand what is going on?
Because for 22 days, the government was so shameless that they refused to not resign. Dharmendra Pradhan should be kicked out as the Education Minister of India. The Honorable Prime Minister should hold him, put him out of the Mantralaya and lock the gate behind him. This man is responsible for kids committing suicide. Whatever differences the Sappa, Aam Aadmi Party, RJD and we have between us, whatever we have. And we, of course, we are going to want to raise the issues and I have whatever it is. The fact is, Dharmendra Pradhan, the fact is, Dharmendra Pradhan continues to be the education minister
so
of this
demand is
country.
resignation.
The most shameless ever act. And I am asking you, Pranesh, today.
Tehseen,
I am asking you today on behalf of 1.4 billion people.
Tehseen, calm down first of all. Before you invoke 1.4 billion people, answer two questions.
Yes.
Why did it take 14 days for Rahul Gandhi to come back to India when students were protesting at Jantar Mantar? Does it take that long to travel from one part of the world to, back to India?
Because Rahul Gandhi thought that this government will remove Dharmendra Pradhan when they realized that 14 kids had died.
14 days he kept thinking that government will take action.
And he gave them a long rope.
When he came back after 14 days, he took 8 more days.
You know, Pranesh.
What was he thinking in those 8 days?
He was thinking that at the end of the day, in a toxic relationship, the accuser will always blame the victim. That's what it is. The accuser here is the BJP. It is a party. Dharmendra Pradhan was shamelessly laughing. I would like you, Pranesh, and I have so much respect for you as a journalist, show the visuals of Dharmendra Pradhan ji yesterday and today in Parliament. Show those visuals. Laughing. Pranesh, the punishment for kids
go after Dharmendra Pradhan.
Dharmendra
I have
Pradhan,
done
not
show
go after.
1 minute.
Should be
one
kicked
minute.
out.
No.
Should be
I
kicked out.
think you were on the show. Mr. Tiwari was not, on the show then.
Yeah.
I have done shows where I have said Dharmendra Pradhan
should be kicked out.
Must leave office immediately.
Leave office and make him a political
immediately
martyr.
leave office.
Prime Minister, no.
No, 1 minute. 1 minute. But look what the opposition is doing. 1 minute. Tehseen. Yeah, so make that demand.
Business being there. Kids have died. Kids have died.
That's my question.
Kids have died.
Why are, if that is the issue, then why are you speaking in, different voices? Why can't Mr. Rahul Gandhi pick up the phone, tell Mr. Kejriwal that, listen,
because we don't want to talk to him.
Okay.
We believe he'll raise this voice our way. Kejriwal ji will believe he'll raise this voice. Akhilesh ji will believe. The fact is Dharmendra Pradhan needs to go. Period.
Professor
and I am
Yadav,
not going to be a victim here.
Dharmendra
Pradhan needs to go.
Naval Kishore ji, देखिए ये 22 दिन से प्रोटेस्ट चल रहा है और डिमांड ये पहले दिन से है कि धर्मेंद्र प्रधान को इस्तीफा देना चाहिए, सरकार को उन्हें हटाना चाहिए. ये डिमांड सोनम वांगचुक फास्ट कर रहे हैं और राहुल गांधी जैसे कहते हैं ना फास्ट और फ्यूरियस, वो आज वहां जाके फ्यूरियस हो गए कि आज मुझे धरना देना 22वें दिन पे. तो ये ऑपोजिशन आपस में बात क्यों नहीं करती है सर? अभी देखिए आप आम आदमी पार्टी की प्रवक्ता क्या कह रही है, राहुल गांधी डाइल्यूट कर रहे हैं प्रोटेस्ट को, वो हमेशा ऐसा करते हैं.
प्रणेश जी, अगर आप ये कहना चाहते हैं कि पिछले 22 दिनों से जिस सवाल को लेकर स्वतः स्फूर्त जनता सामने बैठी हुई है, सोमन वांगचुक जी को तो अपहरण करके दिल्ली पुलिस ले गई, झूठ बोलकर ले गई दिल्ली पुलिस. ये सारी घटनाएं घटित हो रही थी जो देश की जनता देख रही थी. और आपको तो मालूम होना चाहिए, जिसमें आप माइटी बीजेपी कह रहे हैं, इस माइटी बीजेपी ने पिछले 12 साल में क्या किया? जामिया के लाइब्रेरी में घुसकर लाठी और आंसू को छोड़े, नकाबपोश गुंडे को जेएनयू में भेजकर बच्चों को पिटवाया, मणिपुर जलता रहा देखते रहे, किसानों के रास्ते में कांटे बिछाए. ये कौन सी पहली बार है? ये बात जो सवाल है, सवाल तो पूछे जाने चाहिए सत्ता से. जो लोग धरना पे बैठे हुए हैं उनके पास हम जाए या ना जाए, ये दूसरी सवाल है.
नहीं, दूसरी सवाल क्यों है? अगर मैं तो वही सवाल पूछूंगा ना, जो सवाल है, जो मेन सवाल है. देखिए आप लोग उससे भटक गए और फिर कितना आसान है नवल किशोर जी कि मीडिया को ब्लेम कर देना जैसे घनश्याम तिवारी ने किया.
आप सुनिए तो, मैं कहां भाग रहा हूं सवाल से. मैं कह रहा हूं कि हम लोग वहां पे गए और जाएंगे. लेकिन जो लोग सवाल पूछ रहे थे वो सवाल जनता से, वो सरकार से थी, वो नरेंद्र मोदी की सरकार से थी, धर्मेंद्र प्रधान जी से थी। वो जब एक दिन 22 दिन में एक सेंटेंस नहीं बोले। सवाल तो महत्वपूर्ण ये है कि ये कैसी अधिनायकवादी सत्ता है, ऐसे लोग हैं डिक्टेटरशिप में कि जो लोग बच्चों को पूरे जीवन को परेशान करके, छात्रों को जो कि कह रहे हैं कि भाई से कम परीक्षा तो ठीक करा दो, हम जो मेहनत कर रहे हैं सालों भर, उस मेहनत का फल तो दिखेगा।
तो मुझे एक बात बताइए प्रोफेसर नवल किशोर यादव, ये जो अब जो लड़ाई छिड़ गई है, आप किसके तरफ, कौन से कैंप में, अरविंद केजरीवाल कैंप में है या राहुल गांधी कैंप में, आरजेडी?
ये कैंप का जो धारणा है ना, ये भाजपाई लोगों का धारणा है। हम लोग किसी कैंप में नहीं है। यह जो मल्टी पार्टी डेमोक्रेसी है भारत में, उसको मल्टी पार्टी रहने दीजिए।
ठीक है, मल्टी पार्टी डेमोक्रेसी है। संजू वर्मा, हैज द गवर्नमेंट बिकम टोन डेफ? That is the question. Can you not sense the sentiment?
You know, so Pranesh, first and foremost, let me make one thing very clear. I'm not going to say why you are not asking tough questions of me. Unlike the Samajwadi Party and Aam Aadmi Party, which tried to undermine your credibility on air. Ask BJP the toughest questions. Do we stand with the youth of this country? Yes. Does BJP, does the Modi government stand with the students of this country? Yes. But at the same time, let the opposition get this loud and clear. You want to hold the government accountable? Do so by all means. You want to engage in dialogue/dissent? Do so by all means. But when people at Jantar Mantar, at Ferozshah Road, at Mandir Marg Police Station, at Connaught Place, sit in and say, Modi mar gaya, hi, hi. संसद भवन को आग लगा देंगे, संविधान को आग लगा देंगे, मेरा लिंग मेरी मर्जी, मेरा जेंडर मेरी मर्जी। स्वामी प्रेमानंद महाराज हाय हाय, जब तक सूरज चांद रहेगा अल्लाह तेरा नाम रहेगा। CAA को आग लगा देंगे। This is not peaceful protest. When
Okay, Sanju Verma, so are you saying, no, let's go one by one. Are you saying that the protest at Jantar Mantar was compromised from day one?
Let me come to that, Pranesh. That's a very pertinent question. The protest from day one till as we speak now was not compromised, but at the same time, was the protest infiltrated into by professional Andolan GVs? The answer is yes. And very quickly, I want to say this. We stand with the students unconditionally, unequivocally. But at the same time, Shabana Azmi, Kunal Kamra, Swara Bhaskar, Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia, what have these people done for the
That's
youth?
okay. No, 1 minute. You don't have to do anything for the youth to talk about them, Sanju Verma. Even if someone has not done anything for the youth, they can, take a stand in solidarity.
Again, a pertinent point. But I want to ask one question. सबके पास freedom of speech है, सबके पास freedom of expression है, but my right to protest peacefully, my right to dissent peacefully stops when there is violence. There is a limit. There is a Lakshman Rekha that you don't cross. And was that Lakshman Rekha crossed during the CJP-led Andolan, which was infiltrated by professional protesters who were only there to shore up their sagging fortunes and some politicians?
No,
like
so you
Kejriwal
identify, no, Sanju Verma, 1 minute. Don't mix up issues. If you believe that, obviously, there is no debate that, there is no space for violence. No one on the panel is justifying violence or will justify violence. But why paint everyone there as people, who are lawless, anarchist, etc.?
I want to say one thing now. The protest has been going on for more than 24 days. On the very first day of the protest, when Abhijit Dipke landed from Boston, he landed at Delhi International Airport. He thought, हमें protest के लिए approval मिलेगा ही नहीं. There are posts by him on X saying that he was surprised. He was given approval by the Delhi police right at the airport itself, though they had not taken approval. For the last 24 days, there has not been a formal approval that was given to the CJP.
Ma'am, if there is an illegality, Sanju Verma, if there is an illegality, take action as per law. So why paint all the students there as, you know, anarchist and lawless? That's the question. And on one side, you have this commentary running, and on the other, JP Nadda meets two people of the CJP.
I want to say one thing again. I'm not confusing or conflating issues. We stand with students. We stand with bona fide protesters. We do not stand with professional Andolan Jeevis. And Pranesh, my last point is this. Do I believe that 99.5% of the people in the last 48 hours who turned a so-called peaceful protest into a total tamasha of thuggery and vandalism, who are they? They are propagandists. They are agenda peddlers. You can be a Modi naysayer, but that does not give you the right to attack the Delhi police, torch police vehicles, indulge in
Okay,
grave
now,
vandalism
okay. Is
and-
Rahul Gandhi a professional propagandist? Is Mr. Kejriwal a professional propagandist?
He is, very much so. And
So-
I'll give you a small example.
No, 1 minute. Before you give me an example, just answer my question. Are you saying that the leader of opposition or Mr. Kejriwal or Akhilesh Yadav, they can't protest?
You asked me, are they professional propagandists? They can protest as long as the intent is bona fide and the process of doing so is bona fide.
Now, let me
But
ask
if
you this, Sanju
everyone-
Verma. You remember the name Ashok Chavan?
Yes.
The BJP wanted his ouster. You wanted his resignation. The Congress gave in. And then Ashok Chavan is today in the BJP.
Yes, there have been
How does this
instances-
work?
I'm coming to that now. You asked a question. Let me respond, Pranesh. Ask the toughest questions. I'm all game for it. There are people who the BJP was initially against. Today, they're a part of the party. If people want to protest against that, do so by all means. I can turn around and say, till about 2 months back, Raghav Chadda was considered the next best thing after brown bread by the Aam Aadmi Party. Today, they think that Raghav Chadda is no good.
No,
So
no,
it
that's
cuts
okay.
both ways.
One minute. Raghav Chadda is now in the BJP, Sanju Verma ji. But this is not about for and against. 1 minute. You said this is about. This is not about for and against, ma'am. You know, any professional politician or anyone for that matter, they have their right to join any political party. I am not on that. When the BJP was demanding resignation of Ashok Chavan, the BJP said that this man is tainted. He must go. The Congress gave in. He resigned. What changed for the BJP to embrace Ashok Chavan?
No, let me come straight to the point, Pranesh. You know, I know that Raghav Chadda is now in BJP. My point was to showcase the hypocrisy of the opposition. You ask BJP questions about Ashok Chavan, fair enough. You should also ask questions to the Aam Aadmi Party, जो राघव चड्ढा 2 महीने पहले तक आपको बहुत शरीफ लग रहे थे. आज आप कहते हैं राघव चड्ढा.
नहीं मैम, मैं तो मुझे जो पूछना है वो फिर आप वही कर रहे हैं जो घनश्याम तिवारी कर रहे हैं. मुझे जो पूछना है वो तो मैं पूछूंगा ना. पर मैं अगर आपसे कुछ पूछ रहा हूं, आप उसका जवाब दीजिए. अभिनंदिता ने प्लकार्ड उठाया है, उसमें लिखा हुआ है, शो दैट प्लकार्ड. अभिनंदिता, व्हाट इज रिटन?
Brown bread is good for health.
I couldn't hear you.
Miss Mathur, you have a placard in your hand. What is the message on it? What have you written?
Well, I was very tempted to write Sanju Verma for Education Minister. You know, because she really personifies everything. Unfortunately, I'm very sorry to say this, but she personifies everything that the BJP is doing, the violence that it is doing, the violence that
Okay.
it has done at various points. I'm really sorry. These are people who have completely lost the plot.
So,
They're taking
Abhinandita, answer
country-
one simple question. Is the Aam Aadmi Party, is Mr. Kejriwal's party, hear me out, Ms. Mathur, is Mr. Kejriwal's party fighting the BJP or fighting Rahul Gandhi's Congress? Or fighting both?
Pranesh, I am very surprised that you're really asking. Obviously, we are fighting the BJP. There is no question about it.
Then why are you
That's
attacking?
the biggest
Then
problem
why are
of
you
the
attacking the
country.
Congress on a day when you should be speaking in one voice?
Doubt about it, okay? It is the BJP that has completely ruined the country.
Karan?
We're having...
Okay, Karan, I'm just coming to you. Tehseen has something to say. Yes, Tehseen.
Sanjuji, with a lot of respect to you, as you said that 24 days this protest was going on, why prior to the 20th July march, did the government not reach out and speak to the students, you would not have had, in your words, all these anarchists and all these people on the road. Sure enough, you had intelligence. Sure enough, Amit Shah sir's office was monitoring it. You could have just spoken to those students.
Okay, let her answer.
Just answer
Karan,
that
I'm coming
simply.
to you.
Leave all of us out. We all may be anarchists. I'm asking you, those
Let her
kids
respond.
actually lost their lives, right?
Let me respond. You know, Pranesh, first very quickly to Abhinandita. I don't think BJP needs certificates from a party where the party's head honcho Arvind Kejriwal was booted out of his bastion. And you guys, the Aam Aadmi Party, speak about the youngsters of this country. 10 days back, Anganwadi workers were brutally lathi charged by the police in Punjab. Tab Aam Aadmi Party ke karta dharta Kejriwal ke muh mein dahi jam gaya tha. Today there is report that the pharma officer examination in Punjab was compromised and there was a paper leak. Has anybody spoken about the pharma officer exam in Punjab? Which has been
No, there are
compromised?
several such
No.
examples. We have visuals of students being roughed up in Kerala. And the Kerala Chief Minister is talking about extending solidarity to students in Delhi. So we have those shots. You know, there are, like I said, it's in Punjab, it's in other non-BJP ruled states. So that hypocrisy is there. But the larger point, Karan, is about accountability. Political accountability is a thing. It's serious. The opposition has every right to ask those questions. But look, what a mockery they've made of this.
So, Pranesh, let me just now put things in perspective. At the outset, I am going to be absolutely unapologetic about it. This movement, even though the cause was justified, and I remember coming on your show when the NEET paper was leaked that Dharmendra Pradhan must go, and Sanju ji, to her credit, was all ears and she heard our grievances also at that point of time. So we've said this on your show only. But this movement was discredited from the word go. I won't even say they are all anarchists. I would say this was a hotbed of Marxists, Naxalites and Islamists. Look at the kind of slogans that were going on. I am actually miffed with the government that how could they allow it for 24 days? I mean, this was asking for trouble, and that trouble pretty much spilled over. This was, you look at the kind of slogans they had. Do you really think they had Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation in mind? They've asked for the restoration of Article 370. Parliament उखाड़ देंगे, मेरा लिंग मेरी मर्जी. I mean, Rakesh Tikait Singh, हम ट्रैक्टर फिर से चला देंगे 26 जनवरी की तरह. Is this the kind of movement that is actually bothered about students and their needs? This was a shameless movement to begin with. Some genuine students, yes. But most of these people, right from Dipke to Daya, who writes scripts for that person sitting in Germany who continues to spew hatred, do you really think these people had any credibility? You had Arundhati Roy there, who said Naxalites are nothing but Gandhians with guns. You had Shabana Azmi there, who said Tahir was innocent when he was responsible for the Delhi riots. She was one of the main people responsible for the chaos during CAA and the Delhi riots. Do you really think the government should have engaged with these people? And the government knew that this is now becoming a cesspool where it's become a spot for
No,
political
so Karan,
tourism.
then let me
Kejriwal-
say this. Then if that is the case, then this is government's own doing. And that is the, the remark by the Kerala Chief Minister I was talking about. On one side, he talks about, standing in solidarity with the students, and on the other, students were lathi charged in Kerala. But, the larger question is this, Sanju Verma, if you believe that this protest was infiltrated, etc., undermined, compromised, what was Mr. Nadda doing with these two people? You're on mute.
No, I'm not.
Now we can hear you, ma'am. Go ahead.
Yeah. Am I loud and clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Taking off from what Karan said, let me make one thing very clear. I've spoken about Aam Aadmi Party. Kejriwal has no political credibility left. Let's not waste more time on him. The moot point is, at the fag end of the protest, after spending 22 days vacationing abroad, Rahul Gandhi suddenly comes and decides, अच्छा, अब political mileage के लिए, अपने sagging political career के लिए, मुझे CJP के साथ खड़ा होना है. So what does he do? He goes and does a sit-in dharna in front of the Prime Minister's house, causing traffic problems for commoners, leading to a security threat for the Prime Minister and for commoners. And this is only about optics as far as Rahul Gandhi goes. Do you think he cares two hoots about the youngsters of this country? Tell me one thing, Pranesh. I have often been accused of whataboutery. As recently as 2022, when Ashok Gehlot was the Chief Minister of Rajasthan, barely 4 years back, there were 27 paper leaks. And Vaibhav Gehlot, the son of Ashok
No,
Gehlot, was involved.
ma'am, all those questions, this is classic whataboutery. But
not.
no, 1 minute. So no, 1 minute. Sanju Verma, are you saying that Rahul Gandhi, by going to the Prime Minister's residence, you are saying the BJP has been saying, Dr. Sambit Patra has held a press conference to say that, this is security threat, etc., etc. That is one part of it. The other is the government's mishandling. On one side, you are, no, 1 minute, ma'am. If you are convinced that this is not a genuine student protest, why did Mr. Nadda meet the two people from the CJP? Why?
Let me answer that. Again, a very interesting question. When there is an issue, where there is a stalemate, it is the government's prerogative to decide how to move ahead, whether it wants to engage with various stakeholders, yes or no, and at what time that engagement is important. That is also decided by the government. As far as Dharmendra Pradhan's resignation goes, let me say this on national television. Under Article 75 of the Indian Constitution, who is dismissed, who is sacked, who is suspended, who is inducted, who is expelled from the cabinet is the prerogative of one man. Prime Minister Narendra
Okay,
Modi,
which is why Rahul Gandhi is asking the Prime Minister to take action. Now, 1 minute. Article 75 did not come into being after 2014, ma'am. Before 2014, when the BJP was in opposition, did you forget about Article 75 when you were asking resignations of UPA ministers? Tell me, Sanju Verma, are the people who are demanding resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan on moral grounds, are they wrong in that fundamental question?
I want to answer one thing. And please, Pranesh, bear with me for just 45 seconds. What do students want? Students want an enabling ecosystem. Enabling ecosystem so that we have leakage-proof exams. Why is no one talking about the fact that the Public Examinations Act of 2024 was strengthened by whom? By the Modi government. Making cheating a criminal offense was included in the new BNS by whom?
No, so things that you've done, take credit for all the reforms, but who will own up for the neat mess?
The neat mess happened, and I have been on television saying that could more have been done? Yes. And has it been done? Yes. The second time around, the re-examination of NEET went off seamlessly, smoothly. Why is no one talking about that?
No, why should people, why should, ma'am, you can't decide what the opposition is going to say. The BJP can't decide that. Now you've made it a prestige issue. Now that Rahul Gandhi, Akhilesh Yadav, Mr. Kejriwal, they're all demanding resignation of Dharmendra Pradhan. It'll be difficult for the government to, give in, concede. I don't know what happens. But the larger question is, and by the way, Sanju Verma, I don't think that Rahul Gandhi is some savior of students. Because had he been a real savior, he would have rushed back to India to stand in solidarity. I began the show by painting that picture. That look, this is about survival, the political survival of all these people. Akhilesh Yadav is doing this because UP elections. Rahul Gandhi is doing this for his relevance. Mr. Kejriwal for obvious reasons. Tehseen, you're wanting to speak.
Yes.
What is your answer to this? Why did it take Rahul Gandhi 22 days? That's a lot of time.
But I have to make a point.
No, but answer this and
I
then
will,
make that.
but please allow me another point. I think Rahul Gandhi is terrible. I think Arvind Kejriwal is terrible. Tejasvi Yadav is terrible. Akhilesh Yadav is terrible. All of us are pathetic. We've been voted out. We're bad. The Prime Minister is the savior of this country. Why doesn't he just remove Dharmendra Pradhanji? Now, I'll tell you what was Dharmendra Pradhanji's bright idea. C-17 aircrafts, which are used to transport battle tanks, were used to deliver papers. You know what his bright idea was? That if you shut Telegram, the papers won't be distributed.
I did a show on that. You know what I said on that? I said, let's have the army chief appoint him the education minister. If the education minister has this brainwave of using
C-17.
Yeah, C-17, Globemaster or what have you, any fighter aircraft to transport papers. Let's have the army take over education ministry. But Tehseen, one minute.
He thought if you shut Telegram down, paper cannot transport.
We've discussed that. It is bizarre. It is ridiculous.
And one second.
No. If you want this guy, you're not. No, if you want this guy to go, like you said, your words. If you want Dharmendra Pradhan to go,
yes.
then build a sustained campaign. It can't be that you wake up 22 days later and then on the 22nd day, you're being called
Okay.
names by your own allies.
Allow me.
Mr. Tiwari.
Allow me to finish one line.
Okay.
For 22 days, the students led this movement. You can like them, not like them. You can think some of them were loonies. The fact is, for 22 days, they did do a movement. And the government did nothing to listen to them. Now, when political parties have stepped in, it's a toxic atmosphere that we are being blamed. We are the victims.
Who's
here.
blaming
you? Are the
Your own
accusers.
allies. Opposition is blaming opposition. Mr. Tiwari.
Fine, they're here to fight. Why is this politics?
Mr. Tiwari, the question is the infighting a disservice to the larger cause?
Pranesh, do we collectively think that Prime Minister has lost his mind, voice, eyes, eyesight, hearing? What has he lost? The NEET exam happened 2 months ago. He appointed Dharna Pradhan. In his government, every single minister today stands tainted, whether it is Hardeep Singh Puri, Jai Shankar, Gadkari, Rajnath Singh, he himself, PM Cares Fund. So what has he lost? With Ram Mandir Ghotala, he himself is tainted. So the question is, we are all collectively asking the question, the answer, the buck stops with the Prime Minister. And if he does not care, because he doesn't care about Parliament, doesn't care about the students, then he believes that he has managed to create an authoritarian
Okay,
state.
Sanju Verma,
and the entire
answer
country
that.
has-
By the way, there is nothing adverse on PM cares. The Supreme Court has backed it, Mr. Tiwari. So that is that fact check for you. Sanju Verma, answer his larger question about accountability.
I want to just tell one thing to Ghanshyam Tiwari. He comes here, he abuses the Prime Minister, he abuses the Modi cabinet, and then he has the audacity to cry and whine and howl and rave and rant on national television saying, अरे मोदी सरकार तो इतनी कट्टर है, मोदी सरकार के अंदर तो फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच नहीं है, फ्रीडम ऑफ स्पीच नहीं होती तो आप जैसे लोग दिन रात आकर मोदी सरकार को गालियां ना देते. But let me come to the moot point. The moot point is this. Let's shift focus to Rahul Gandhi again. Because Akhilesh Yadav is done and dusted. He lost 2017, he lost 2022, he will lose 2027. The moot point, Pranesh, is that Rahul Gandhi is the same man who refused to even criticize the fact Anganwadi workers were brutally lathi charged by the Karnataka police when Siddaramaiah was the chief minister. आज राहुल गांधी पुलिस पर अपना ज्ञान दे रहे हैं. Rahul Gandhi is the same person who refused to criticize Revanth Reddy after 4 women journalists in their
No, but
20s
Sanju Verma, in
were
this
arrested by
whataboutery, look at who's at a loss. The students. Because if the BJP wants to take a high moral ground, then you should have set an example that if there is an allegation against a minister, we will walk the talk. We will take action. But like Karan was saying, you can't be discrediting the protest and then meeting the protesters. It doesn't work like that.
of doing it. When there is a problem, in this case, the NEET leak, there is one way of solving it, that is to overhaul the system and strengthen the policy apparatus. Has that been done? Yes. We are saying from 2027, the NEET exam will be in CBT format and not in OMR format, which is vulnerable
Ma'am,
to malpractice.
all of this technicality is not going to cut ice with the students like you've seen. Professor Naval Kishore.
प्रणेश जी, पूरे 12 साल में तीसरा बार सरकार आ रही है, किसी ने आज तक नैतिकता के ग्राउंड पे, मोरल ग्राउंड पे रिजाइन किया? वो चाहे होम मिनिस्टर हो, पुलवामा से पहलगांव तक हो गया, कुछ किया उन्होंने? एजुकेशन मिनिस्टर किसी ने रिजाइन किया? रेलवे मिनिस्टर किसी ने रिजाइन किया? भारतीय लोकतंत्र में देयर हैज बीन अ ट्रेडिशन ऑन मोरल ग्राउंड, सो मेनी रेलवे मिनिस्टर हैव रिजाइंड. We have seen that home minister have resigned, but look at this government, they never accept, they are so shameful that they don't
नवल
accept
किशोर जी,
any-
मैं आपसे एक बात पूछना चाहता हूं, आप उसको अन्यथा ना लें, बुरा ना माने, क्योंकि आप कह रहे हैं और मैं जानता हूं कि आप यू मीन वेल, इंटेंट सही है आपका कि मॉरल ग्राउंड्स पे होना चाहिए. मैं तो बोलता हूं अगर किसी भी, इसीलिए मैं तो 130th अमेंडमेंट को बैक कर रहा हूं, ओपनली मैंने उस पर शोज किए. वो जो शो है, वो जो क्लॉज है उसमें कि 30 दिन से ज्यादा की सजा हुई तो पीएम और सीएम सबको इस्तीफा देना चाहिए मॉरल ग्राउंड्स पे, जब जो होगा देखा जाएगा. बट नवल किशोर जी, हम क्या मोरालिटी की बात कर रहे हैं? ऐसे हमारे पास पॉलिटिकल पार्टीज हैं जो स्टेज पे आपके जो बड़े नेता हैं, लालू यादव, उनको बुलाते हैं जो एक कन्विक्टेड क्रिमिनल है, उनकी तो कन्विक्शन हो चुकी है, तो वो मोरालिटी उसमें नहीं. एक मिनट, गुस्सा मत होइए, इसीलिए पहले मैंने आपसे कहा था, बुरा मत मानिए. प्रोफेसर साहब बोलिए.
नहीं हो रहा, मैं जवाब दे रहा हूं. मैं आपको सिर्फ यह बताना चाहता हूं कि जो सजा जिसकी बात कर रहे हैं, अभी तक पूरी तरह से वो कंप्लीट क्यों नहीं हुआ? क्यों उसको लटकाया गया? तीसरा सरकार आ गया।
नहीं,
आप चाहते
कन्विक्शन तो है ना नवल किशोर जी। आप मोरल, अच्छा अगर ऐसी बात है तब धर्मेंद्र प्रधान या बाकी जो आप मंत्री की मॉरल ग्राउंड्स की बात कर रहे हैं ना, हम इनको तो सजा सुनाई नहीं है कोर्ट ने। तो अगर कोई एक आदमी कन्विक्टेड है, आप उसको भी डिफेंड कर रहे हैं और सेम ब्रेथ में फिर आप मोरालिटी की भी बात कर रहे हैं, तो इसीलिए ये ऐसे नहीं चलेगा। अगर किसी को हाई मॉरल ग्राउंड लेना है तो वो आपको, यू हैव टू सेट एन एग्जाम्पल। All political parties are doing lip service. They're not serious about addressing the problem because they have made this a prestige issue. The opposition has made this about survival. Karan?
नहीं, पहले तो प्रणेश आप प्लीज नवल किशोर जी की पार्टी की मोरालिटी पे मत क्वेश्चन करिए भाई। लालू प्रसाद यादव के खिलाफ जब अरेस्ट वारंट आया, उन्होंने रिजाइन करके अपनी वाइफ को सीएम बना दिया। तो ऐसे मत करिए भाई, ही सेट अ न्यू हाई इन मोरालिटी, इसलिए इट्स वेरी रॉन्ग। यू आर
नवल किशोर जी कुछ कह रहे हैं।
फर्स्टली, सेकंड, I wanted to
no,
tell
he's
this
saying something. Karan, 1 minute.
नहीं, प्रणेश जी आप इनसे पूछिए कि E20 पे सवाल पूछेंगे। नितिन गडकरी को लोग बोला नितिन गड़बड़ी, पूछिए सवाल। अमित शाह के बेटे को E20 का मालिक बना दिया।
सर E20 पे भी यही पॉलिटिक्स चल रही है नवल किशोर जी। मैं आपको समझा देता हूं। नवल किशोर जी आप काफी समय के बाद आए। देखिए 1 मिनट नवल किशोर जी, मैं तो आपसे बात करते रहता हूं, मुझे एक बात बताइए कि E20 पे भी कौन किससे सवाल पूछेगा? कांग्रेस के मंत्री ने पार्लियामेंट में कहा था E20 हम लाएंगे, एथेनॉल हम मिलाएंगे इसमें। कौन किससे पूछेगा? सबने वही काम किया हुआ है। इसीलिए मैं कह रहा हूं, आप मोरालिटी की बात कर रहे हैं, आप लालू यादव पे जवाब कैसे देंगे? आपके बड़े नेता हैं। कांग्रेस E20 पे सरकार तो क्या पूछेगी जब उनके उस समय मणिशंकर अय्यर थे मंत्री, वो बोल चुके हैं। तो ये हाल बना दिया है। बट वील हैव टू मूव ऑन।